Libra, there are certain moments in life that don't announce themselves with thunder. They arrive in a whisper, a soft nudge in your spirit, a subtle stirring in your soul, like something is approaching, but you don't know what. And lately, you've been feeling it. The air around you has changed. Your energy has become more alert, more watchful, as if your spirit is standing at the edge of something new, something unexpected, something divinely timed. This isn't just your imagination. This isn't wishful thinking or a passing feeling. This is alignment unfolding before your very eyes, slowly, quietly, purposefully. Because someone is about to appear at your doorstep. Not metaphorically, literally. A tall, handsome man, not just in appearance but in energy, presence, and divine intention. And no, he's not coming with flowers and fantasy. He's coming with clarity, with purpose, with a plan that has your name etched into it, spiritually scripted long before your heartbreaks and disappointments ever happened. You see, Libra, this man is not a stranger to your soul. He is someone you felt in your dreams, someone your intuition hinted at during quiet nights when the world went still, someone your heart has quietly waited for, even when your mind gave up hope. He's not here to flirt. He's here to fulfill. And before you dismiss this as another over-romanticized message, pause, breathe, listen closely, because this isn't just about love. This is about divine timing. You've been through enough trial runs. You've seen the rehearsals, people who showed up for a season but couldn't stay for the full story. They were temporary mirrors, reflecting parts of your desire, but never your destiny. This man is different. He is a signal that something sacred is shifting, that the universe, or perhaps something even higher, is moving pieces on your behalf. Because you, Libra, you weren't made for ordinary love. You were designed for something spiritual, something royal, something balanced like your own zodiac symbol, the scales. And balance doesn't come through chaos, it comes through intention. That's why this moment, this message, matters so deeply. Because he is coming with intent, not just to be in your life, but to build something with you. He's not rushing in with loud declarations. He's not playing games. He's coming quietly, respectfully, divinely. And you'll recognize him not by what he says, but by how your spirit responds when he stands near. Something in you will know. This isn't just a visitor. This is a turning point. A sacred interruption. So stay with me, Libra, because as we move through this message, you will begin to see the signs, the spiritual confirmations, the divine fingerprints that have been guiding him toward you all along. He's not coming late. He's arriving right on time, at the doorstep of your healing, your growth, and your readiness. Get comfortable, because this isn't just another story about love. It's your story, and it's just getting started. The door was never really closed. Libra, you've been standing in the hallway of your own heart for quite some time now, haven't you? You've closed doors, locked some, left others half open. Some were slammed in anger, others simply drifted shut with silence. But here's what no one really tells you. Just because a door is closed doesn't mean it's finished, and just because it's quiet doesn't mean nothing is happening behind it. You've convinced yourself that maybe love was just a past chapter. Maybe your person already came and went. Maybe the timing was off. Or maybe you just weren't enough. So you stopped expecting surprises. You trained your heart to become a realist. You told your feelings to calm down, to stay in line with logic. But still, something inside you never gave up completely. There's a whisper in your soul that has always refused to die. A small voice that says, maybe, just maybe, there's still something more. And that whisper wasn't wrong. It was waiting. Because here's the deeper truth, Libra. The door wasn't closed to punish you. It was closed to protect you. Not every person who wanted to enter your life had the strength to stay. Some had good intentions but weak foundations. Some came to take, not to build. Some mirrored your pain, not your purpose. They weren't evil. They were just not your forever. They were chapters in the middle of a book that was still being written. And while you may have thought you were being rejected, heaven was simply redirecting. The delay? It wasn't denial, it was divine. A necessary pause so the real story could begin. at the right time, with the right person, on the right spiritual frequency. Because someone worth your love isn't just someone who knocks. It's someone who waits to be invited in when you're ready to open fully, without fear, without shame, without scars leading the conversation. And Libra, you haven't always been ready. You've carried the wounds of being misunderstood. You've worn the armor of "I'm fine," even when your heart was in pieces. You've entertained people who were never meant to hold the weight of your emotions, only because you didn't want to feel alone again. But now you've grown. You've become someone who sees through flattery, someone who understands that peace is more valuable than passion and presence means more than promises. You're not desperate anymore. You're discerning. And that's why he's coming now. Because the man arriving at your doorstep isn't here to play games. He's not showing up to compete with ghosts or win you over with smooth lines. He's here because the energy you're finally vibrating at is the one he's been praying to find. But don't miss this. He couldn't have entered earlier. If he had come while you were still healing, you would have rejected him. If he had come while you were still in love with a fantasy, you would have overlooked him. If he had come while your standards were still shaky, you might have treated him like just another choice. That's why the door stayed closed. Not because love had left your life, but because love was still preparing both of you. Think of it like this. A sacred room cannot be entered with muddy feet, and neither can your heart. So the universe, or perhaps something even higher, kept it sealed. Not to keep you from joy, but to protect the purity of what's to come. And now the door is unlocking, not from the outside, but from within you. You're finally strong enough to receive a love that doesn't hurt. You're finally calm enough to allow someone else to lead, without fear that they'll drop you. You're finally wise enough to spot the difference between a soulmate and a sweet talker. And as the hinges of your heart creak open, don't be surprised if this man doesn't knock loudly. He may not need to. Because true connections don't break down doors. They arrive when you open them. And Libra, you are about to open the door, not just to a person, but to a divine plan that's been waiting for your yes. So don't run, don't panic, don't compare him to your past. He's not coming to repeat history, he's coming to rewrite your future. He been seeing you before you ever saw him. Libra, you've been wondering when he'll show up, asking the universe, praying silently, where is he? Why hasn't he come yet? But what if I told you? He's already been searching for you, long before you even thought to ask. Not in the physical, but in the spiritual, in the sacred space where souls recognize each other, even when the eyes haven't yet met. This man, the one destined to arrive at your doorstep, he's been feeling your presence long before either of you had words to explain it. And no, he doesn't know your name yet. He doesn't know your voice or your favorite song. But something in him feels incomplete, like something sacred is missing. He's tried to fill that void. He's gone on dates that looked right on paper, but felt wrong in his soul. He's met beautiful people who sparked attraction, but couldn't ignite peace. He's even wondered if maybe what he's looking for doesn't exist. But then, Libra, you appeared in his spirit. Not in a dream with clear details, but in energy, in whispers, in soft waves of thought that carried your signature without ever revealing your face. There were moments, sudden, quiet moments, where he stopped what he was doing and just felt you. A presence, a pull, a subtle but undeniable knowing that someone, somewhere, was meant for him. Not because he was lacking, but because his purpose wasn't meant to unfold alone. He's seen glimpses of you in unexpected places, a line from a book, a melody that stirred his chest, a stranger's laugh that reminded him of something familiar, even though he didn't know what. He's felt it during storms, when the wind hit a certain way, when the sky cracked open and whispered your name into his bones, even when he didn't know it was you he was aching for. And Libra, you felt him too. In those nights when your chest tightened for no reason, when you suddenly became emotional watching a romantic scene, when you turned your head in a crowd, thinking you might see someone, even though you weren't expecting anyone. That wasn't coincidence, that was recognition. Because even though your minds have never met, Your souls have already shaken hands in the unseen. And now the veil between you is thinning. You see, he hasn't been wasting time. He's been preparing. Not for perfection, but for alignment. He's been trying to become a man worthy of what his spirit knows is coming. He's let go of shallow desires. He's started building something real. In business, in self-discipline, in faith, in healing. He may not have had your name, but he's been clearing space for you. Why? Because something in him knows, this woman, this you, won't fit into a life of chaos. She will need stillness. She will need depth. She will need someone who isn't afraid of her complexity, her softness, her power. And Libra, you are all of that and more. You are the storm and the calm, the elegance and the fire, the soft glow in a cold room, the justice in a world of imbalance. You are not just someone he wants. You are someone he's been called to. And that's why he's taken so long. Because the deeper the calling, the longer the preparation. So if you're wondering why you've been feeling this quiet ache, this sense that something is approaching, even though your world looks unchanged, it's because the energy between you and him is intensifying, drawing closer, magnetizing in the unseen. He's not far now. He's on the final stretch of the journey, and every lesson he's learning, every delay he's experiencing, is preparing him to stand in front of you, not as a stranger, but as someone your soul instantly knows. He won't need to say much when he arrives, because the silence between you will speak louder than any words ever could. It will say, "I've felt you before. I've waited long enough. I finally found home." And Libra, this won't be another guesswork romance. This won't be another maybe. This will be the moment your spirit exhales, because it will no longer have to wonder. You will look at him and realize you were never waiting alone. You were always being seen, even in your lone dynamic, even in your loneliness, even in your quiet nights, even when no one showed up. He was on his way. The plan he carries, Libra. This man isn't just coming with romance in his hands. He's coming with a divine assignment. He's not just showing up to fill your life with affection. He's stepping in with a plan so deeply aligned to your purpose, you'll wonder if heaven itself scripted the moment. Because this love, it won't feel like fantasy. It will feel like fulfillment. For too long, you've carried the weight of being the one who understands. You've been the emotional translator in relationships, the peacekeeper, the fixer, the giver. You've poured yourself into people who didn't even bring a cup to collect it. You've planted loyalty in hearts that only offered convenience in return. But this is not that. The man who's coming to your door won't come empty-handed. He's not just bringing himself, he's bringing vision, a plan, a path, a shared mission that stretches beyond affection and into spiritual alignment. Because your soul was never meant to wander forever. Your beauty, your wisdom, your softness, they were all preparing for something greater. And now, that greater is finally arriving. This man won't just see you, he'll recognize you. Not because you wear the right clothes, say the right things, or have the most appealing image, but because you carry something he's been searching for. Stability with softness, passion with peace, elegance with edge. Libra, you are rare, and a rare soul can only be met by someone who knows how to carry it. He's coming with a plan, not to control you, but to partner with you, to walk beside you as you both build something that echoes beyond emotion, something that reflects divine balance. We see, love without direction becomes distraction. Affection without a mission eventually fades. But purpose binds what passion alone can't sustain. And his plan isn't just about goals or status. It's about wholeness. He wants to build a home, not just with walls and windows, but with safety, presence, and truth. A place where your softness isn't seen as weakness, but as sacred. Where your strength isn't something he competes with. It's something he honors and supports. This plan he carries isn't born out of loneliness. It's born from maturity. He's not showing up to be impressed. He's showing up to invest in your dreams, in your peace, in your shared journey towards something bigger than either of you could accomplish alone. And know, Libra, It won't be loud. It won't come in fireworks. It will come in consistency, in actions that don't need to be explained, in eye contact that makes your soul soften because you finally feel safe being seen. He's not interested in surface attraction. He's drawn to your depth, to the way you think, to the way you choose peace even when you're tempted by chaos, to the way you've learned how to protect your heart without hardening it. His plan involves protecting you, not in a possessive way, but in a sacred way, because he understands that you are not just a partner. You are a portal to joy, to legacy, to divine alignment. And that's why this chapter of your life is so important. Because when he arrives, you will feel like you're meeting a teammate you forgot you had, a partner who doesn't drain you, but disciplines himself to match your peace, a soul who didn't come to distract you, but to build with you. Together, your energies will amplify. Your wisdom will sharpen his steps. His structure will support your creativity. Your softness will teach him patience. His strength will give you rest. This is sacred balance, Libra. This is justice, not just in the world, but in your heart, a restoration of all that you lost in people who didn't value you. He's not here to rescue you. He knows you've already saved yourself. He's here to walk with you, at your pace, in your rhythm, toward a future you didn't even know you were allowed to imagine. And yes, there will be romance, there will be passion, but it will feel different this time. It won't feel rushed. It won't feel like you're auditioning for someone's love. It will feel safe. It will feel whole. It will feel like everything you've ever given to the wrong people is finally returning home to you, through him. So when he knocks, don't hesitate. When he speaks, listen beyond his words, because hidden in the way he moves, in the way he respects you, in the way he makes plans with you, is the confirmation you've been waiting for. This isn't just a man. He's a message. He's the answer to a question your soul has been asking since the day it was broken. Is there someone out there who was made to meet me where I am? Yes, Libra. And he's on his way, with a plan that includes your peace, your purpose, and your power. The test before his arrival. Libra, before a great arrival, there's always a final test. A last echo of the past. A final ghost that tries to slip through the cracks of your healing. And make no mistake, your test is coming. Not to break you, but to prove you. Because when something sacred is about to enter your life, the old energies that used to control you will always try to return. They will whisper. They will dress up as closure. They will knock on your door with the face of someone familiar. Someone who once held you close, even while wounding you. This is the pattern the soul knows well. Before the real arrives, the counterfeit reappears. And Libra, you've grown too wise to fall for the same illusions. But the test won't be obvious. It won't be someone saying, "I'm here to distract you." No, it will be someone who seems sincere. Someone who knows exactly which part of you still aches to be chosen. Someone who sounds like healing, but carries the same wounds that once fractured your spirit. It could be an ex, a missed connection, a maybe from your past that suddenly becomes interested again. They'll reach out, text you, say they've changed, say they're ready now, and part of you, the part that remembers the good times, the part that's tired of waiting, the part that still wonders, what if? That part will want to open the door. But listen carefully. This is not reconciliation. This is interference. This person is not coming to build a future. They're coming to block you from receiving what is finally aligned with heaven's timing. Because the truth is, your soul's on the verge of elevation. Your heart is finally calibrated to receive a real, present, intentional connection. And the enemy of your progress, whether spiritual or emotional, knows that if he can get you to look back, you'll delay what's walking straight toward you. This is the test, Libra. Will you open the door to what's comfortable? Or will you protect your space for what's divine? Because the man who's coming, the one carrying the plan, the purpose, the peace, he's close. But he will not enter a space that's still occupied by confusion. He's not here to compete with anyone's memory. He's not showing up to fight for a place in your heart. He's showing up because he was sent. And what's sent doesn't beg to be received. That's why this moment is so critical. because your decision in this test will either open the door for divine timing or delay the blessing for another season. You've done the work. You've healed, cried, rebuilt, and surrendered. Don't let nostalgia rob you now. That person from the past, they are your reminder, not your reward. They came to show you just how far you've come. Because if you had met the man who's on his way before now, you would have self-sabotaged it. You would have questioned if you were worthy. You would have tried to shrink yourself to fit into his world, instead of realizing you are his world. So this test is not a punishment. It's a mirror, to show you what you used to settle for, and what you're about to receive. You have the power now, not over others, but over yourself. You get to choose. To answer that late-night message, or delete it. To entertain the almosts, or prepare for the absolute. To revisit the past, or protect your future. Because here's the truth. When you say no to what hurt you, you say yes to what's healing you. And the man who's coming, he's not looking for someone still tangled in yesterday. He's looking for someone who's made peace with the past, so they can build something holy in the present. This is your final stretch. The last temptation before the breakthrough. The final fire before the blessing. Stand firm, Libra, because when you pass this test, not with anger, but with clarity, not with spite, but with peace, you signal to the universe that you are ready, and heaven always honors readiness. His energy will be different, Libra. When he arrives, you won't have to ask, "Isn't this him?" You'll feel it, before your mind can make sense of it. His energy will be different. You've been around people who drained you, people who took your silence as space to disappear. People who didn't understand the depth behind your calm, or the storm you've survived to get here. You've been touched without being held, heard without being understood, seen only on the surface. So when this man shows up, your soul will notice the shift, because his energy will not be loud, it will be anchored. He won't rush to impress you. He won't perform love, he'll embody it. There will be no guessing games, no silent treatments, no disappearing acts, just to see if you'll chase. He will arrive, not like a firework, but like a sunrise. Quiet, sure, undeniable. And when he speaks, Libra, it will feel like clarity. Like a steady wind brushing against your uncertainty. Like finally being able to exhale without explanation. His presence will calm your nervous system. You won't feel the need to over-explain, over-give, or overextend, because his energy will communicate what words never could. I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. And here's the beauty. He won't try to figure you out. He will simply make space for you, because he knows that Libra hearts don't bloom through interrogation. They open through invitation. He will pay attention to the way your voice changes when you're exhausted, to the rhythm of your breathing when you're overwhelmed, to the subtle way your eyes light up when you feel safe. And no, he won't be perfect, but he'll be present. And in this world, presence is the rarest form of love. He won't compete with your intelligence. He won't belittle your intuition. He will honor your boundaries, not as obstacles, but as instructions on how to care for you. Because the right man will never feel threatened by your power. He will feel inspired by it. And instead of dimming your light to make himself feel strong, he'll shine with you as your equal, your mirror, your divine partner. Libra, your heart was made for harmony, not chaos, not confusion, not emotional starvation disguised as romantic tension. And you've been through enough imbalance to know the difference now. You've learned what your body does when it senses inconsistency. The anxiety, the overthinking, the second guessing. You've felt it before. And that is how you'll know he is not the same, because with him, your body will relax. Your mind will slow down. Your soul will feel like it just came home after a lifetime of wandering. There will be no push-pull, no mixed signals, no wondering if he likes you today and will ghost you tomorrow. He will show up every day, because showing up isn't a challenge for a man who knows what he's found. And what he's found is you. The version of you who doesn't have to shrink, who doesn't have to prove, who doesn't have to pretend. You won't have to lose yourself in this love. You'll finally be allowed to be yourself fully, deeply, unapologetically. And the most magical part? He'll bring out the version of you that you thought you lost, the soft one, the trusting one, the one that stopped dancing, stopped dreaming, stopped believing love could feel this safe. He will bring her back, not because he completes you, but because he respects what you've rebuilt. He will remind you that love doesn't have to be dramatic to be deep. It doesn't have to burn to be real. It doesn't have to break you to move you. Because the most divine connections don't come with sirens and sparks. They come with silence, peace, and the unshakable knowing that you're no longer alone in the journey. So when you meet him, pay attention to how your body reacts. Not your trauma, but your truth. Does your soul lean forward or recoil? Does your spirit feel exposed or embraced? Because love is not just a feeling, it's an energy exchange. And the one who's coming for you, Libra, will carry the kind of energy that doesn't just hold you. It heals you. He's not your fixer. He's not your savior. He's your reflection of everything you've become. And when he stands in front of you, you won't have to ask, is this real? You'll simply feel the truth resonate from within. His energy will be different, because it's not trying to take anything from you. It's here to add to what already makes you whole. What to do before he arrives? Libra, now that you know he's coming, the man who carries purpose, not just passion, the man who respects your soul before reaching for your body, the man whose presence is divine, not disruptive. Now that you know all of this, let's talk about you, not the future you, the present you, because this moment, right here, right now, is your preparation space. Before the knock on the door, before the eyes meet and the souls recognize, there is work to be done. But not the kind of work that wears you down. Not self-improvement through shame or striving. Not changing your essence to become more lovable. No, Libra, that time is over. Now, your work is alignment. It begins by asking yourself, is there space in my life for what I've been praying for? Because many of us want love, but we haven't cleared the room. We haven't released the clutter. We haven't deleted the contacts that still keep us emotionally tied to people we've spiritually outgrown. This man can't walk in while your heart is still a museum of past memories. He's not coming to compete with ghosts. He's coming to co-create something sacred. So the first step is release. Release the ones who apologized but never changed. The ones who touched your body but ignored your mind. The ones who called you too much when they were simply not enough. Let them go, not in bitterness but in honor. They were chapters. They are not the conclusion. You don't need to hate your past to step into your future. You just need to stop revisiting it like it holds something new. It doesn't. It taught you what it needed to teach you. Now it's time to pack your bags emotionally and move forward with clarity. Next, Libra, clean the altar of your energy. What are you meditating on when you're alone? What emotions have been living rent-free in your spirit? Are you still entertaining chaos because peace feels unfamiliar? It's time to get comfortable with stillness, because the kind of love that's coming won't distract you, it will quiet you. And if you're addicted to dysfunction, you may confuse peace for boredom. So prepare by grounding yourself in truth, not fantasy. This man is not coming to be your everything. He's coming to be your equal. He will still have flaws. He will still have battles. But what sets him apart is this: he will face them with you, not against you, not hidden from you, but beside you. So you must be ready to show up in wholeness too. And that means doing the inner work now, before he even knocks. Ask yourself, have I forgiven myself for the choices I made while I was hurting? Have I stopped blaming myself for who walked away? Have I stopped measuring my worth through someone else's inability to see it? Because if you haven't, you'll mistake this man's kindness for manipulation. You'll question his consistency. You'll sabotage what's sacred, not because it's wrong, but because you're still bracing for pain. And that's okay, Libra. Healing isn't linear. But now is the time to be honest with yourself. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present. Let go of the fantasy of love and embrace the reality of divine partnership. It's not about someone coming to sweep you off your feet. It's about someone arriving to help you walk forward together. He's not your escape, he's your mirror. And so the more you become the version of you that you've been afraid to show, the more magnetic you become to the kind of love that's meant for you. So Libra, prepare your inner world. Clear out the bitterness, sweep away the old fears. Open the curtains of your heart again, not blindly, but boldly, because soon, you won't be standing alone in this space. Soon, there will be another heartbeat beside yours, one that doesn't interrupt your rhythm, but complements it, one that doesn't try to control you, but calms you. And when he arrives, you'll know this love wasn't forced, it was flowed into. It wasn't rushed, it was revealed. It didn't arrive because you chased it. It came because you prepared the room. So be still now, Libra. Not passive, but present. Because you are in the final hours before divine alignment unfolds, and when the moment comes, when the knock finally echoes into your reality, you will open the door, not as someone waiting to be rescued, but as someone ready to be met. ... Your future is standing at the door. Libra, he's not just on his way, he's almost here. And when he arrives, it won't feel like a movie, it will feel like confirmation. You won't need signs, you are the sign. You won't need to ask, why now? Because everything in your spirit will say, finally. This isn't about a tall, handsome man. It's about the spiritual timing that brought him to your doorstep. Not a second too late, not a moment too soon. So take one last breath in this season of waiting, because what's next is not just love, it's alignment. And all you have to do now is open the door. He's already standing on the other side.